Hello and welcome to the Ageas League here at Bentham Courts. Finally you can hear my commentary after a week absence due to technical difficulties. My headphones fucking up in a big way and I've had to replace them. £5 of my hard-earned money. Jamie Ward with a fantastic ball straight away to Robbie Clark. No brother to outshine him here today, so carefree for the Ageas League leading goal scorer. Header forward from debutante in the way of Scott Godwin, son of Dave Godwin out there in white. Robbie Clark plays it back at the board and Ryan Ford gets a foot in. He's going to stay in for Longstaff. Inside to returning keeper Jay Gaylard. Look at him, confident as he plays the ball. It's going to be cut out by Jack Gadsden. And Robbie Clark goes for a switch in search of Ben Pask. Just failed to take it under control, and suddenly over on the far side it's Godwin inside to Longstaff towards Godwin Jr. again. It's going to bounce off the backboard and Jamie Ward can play it down the line, and it should be cleared by Godwin Sr. Turns his man smartly, brings it clear down the line. In search of Godwin Jr. back off the backboard and Dan Wilcox, man who finished with man of the match on his first game for the Ageas League, takes the ball down. Jamie Ward now switches it to Robbie Clark. Robbie Clark up against Neil Smith, he's senior. Clark goes to the outside of the boot and it's poor straight to Longstaff. He's got time to bring it away for the Whites. Longstaff with his Vaselined nipples. Yes, that's true. Back to greasy nips. Inside and Dave Godwin with the first chance. What a save, Dan Wilcox. Early chance for the Whites to break the deadlock, and Robbie Clark can carry it clear up to halfway, and the ball in the box is a decent one, but it's all the way through, and Gaylard leaves it for Longstaff over in that corner, who loses out to Ben Pask. Ben Pask under no pressure, and Jordan Longstaff ended up smashing it straight at his own keeper, and Gaylard bowls it out quickly to Godwin Jr., whose pass is cut out by Ward. Longstaff takes over and it's now Ryan Ford. Ball forward towards Godwin, header through, and so I'll play for a goal kick early on. That's a poor kick from Wilcox, volley from Godwin Jr. and it's wide. Wilcox throws poor straight to Neil Smith into Godwin Jr. Back to Neil Smith with a chance. He's missed it. Can you believe it? Neil Smith gifted it to him. And the ball's played all the way through to Joe Gaylard. Neil Smith, man who's played better at the back in the last couple of weeks, misses it there. Goes for a ball to the back post to Longstaff though. Inside to Ryan Ford. Fancies his shot. The crowd want him to shoot. Plays out wide to Smith. Ford carries on his run. Neil Smith still going. Ball to the back post. Longstaff keeps it alive. Touch, takes aim, and it's a great save by Dan Wilcox and out of play for a corner to the Whites, which Longstaff looks to take quickly to Ford. Ball to the back post. Godwin with a header. Good save. Wilcox. It's going to fall wide. And suddenly he can bring it away. Only as far as Longstaff though. Ryan Ford with a header through. Dave Godwin scrapping for it. Robbie Clark scrapping for it too. Just going to sit down for either side. And it's out to the far side. Jamie Ward sidesteps his man. Ben Pask coming deep. Loses out, and this is where the Whites can counter in space with pace. Dave Godwin over on the far side cuts it back. Jamie Ward though dissects it as it fell between the two White men, and it's now Jamie Ward to Robbie Clark. Ball with the outside of the boot is hit. Gadsden still scrapping for it. It's now Ben Pask tees it up for Robbie Clark with a strike. Good hands, Joe Gaylard. Good two competent, confident hands to pass it down. He's looking to go for a long one, trying to catch out the keeper down Wilcox. Wilcox, good hands and gets it clear to Gadsden into Ward, who runs into trouble. Now Dave Godwin off the sideboard. It's now Scott Godwin, and what a save down Wilcox again. Now an absolute stormer out there in the opening 5 minutes. It's Dave Godwin though. This pressure's going to tell sooner rather than later. It's not going to happen this time, is it? Robbie Clark trying to get it clear. And Gadsden does exceptionally well. He's still scrapping for it on the far side. Goes down. And Ryan Ford brings it clear. He's lost out there to Jamie Ward. Ward, the white snapping. Robbie Clark with a strike deflected off Jordan Longstaff. And it's stayed in over on the far side. Most importantly, it's now Ryan Ford brings it clear. Ford goes outside. Still Ryan Ford. He's hit the post. Can you believe it? Godwin takes it off Robbie Clark, and it's now Neil Smith down the line. And so they go in. Superhero Tony May's arrived. Shots come fired in. Colours just can't get it clear. Wilcox athleticism to get that clear. And it looks like Tony Mayo's finally going to go and go and allow Wilcox to actually do something, Nate. Will Smith to get us underway. Plays it deep. It's a Longstaff challenged by Pask. That's now Ford. Down the line to Godwin. Fantastic job just to turn his man. Ball into the box off Longstaff. Falls to Ryan Ford, who's hit the post already. Back to Jordan Longstaff with the strike blocked. Still not clear. Neil Smith going for it. Good smothering from Dan Wilcox there. He's been exceptional in goal so far. And Jamie Ward with the best pair of socks I've ever seen. Ball in towards space to Pass. Good running from the big man. He's under a bit of pressure from Ford though. Looking for help. He's got no one really coming short for him. He's having to do a lot of work on his own. Pass just drills it in, more than hope than anything else. And Gaylord bowls it clear. Godwin lifts it over, and it's into the back of the net, and it's a fantastic opening goal. Dave Godwin strikes. Wilcox gets us underway straight away. 1-0 to the Whites. Clark takes it down. Should be swept up and is into the hands of Joe Gaylord. Gaylord plays short. Ball played forward to Longstaff. Thinks about having a go early on. Instead tees up to Neil Smith. Good first touch. Goes for a second. Blocked by Tony Mayo. Ball into the box towards Longstaff. Going to fall to him. Across face of goal. And as far as Mayo tries to get it clear under pressure. It's now Scott Godwin. Ball across face of goal. Dan Wilcox cleans up, and Robbie Clark trying to make something happen for his side. Drops it for Ward. Goes for a long one towards Clark. Beautiful ball. Robbie Clark takes it down superbly. Puts it straight through. Ryan Ford and goes for it. Just wide, but that's what the Colours need more of. Chance like that, and the ball's played down the line. The Whites not looking to let up. Still lead by a goal to nil. Neil Smith going for the shot. Wilcox there again. Pass can only flick it clear, and then does a better job that time. He's going to touch it forward, and he's going to nip in ahead of Ford. Ford though, he's got options in the middle. One of them, Scott Godwin, goes for the shot, and down Wilcox with another superb stop. The kick's not great though. It's asked a lot of Robbie Clark. Inside to Ward. Ball's long. It's going to give Pass something to chase. Gaylord comes for it though, comfortably out of play. White still lead by a goal to nil. Trump card at the minute being dealt by Dave Godwin. And it's to him on the ball now. Back to Ford. Ford brings it to about halfway. Pass poor, but gets it back from Godwin. And again, Ford's pass not the greatest, but Longstaff allowed to step onto it, and it's in the back of the net. And it's 2-0. Hook clear by Smith. Robbie Clark up against Godwin. Godwin doing exceptionally well, and he goes back to the keeper Godwin. Tries to poke it forward towards his son, but Dan Wilcox intercepts. Tony Mayo. Ball hooked forward and Neil Smith lets it run to Joe Gaylard. At the moment it just seems a bit outnumbered and a bit unfair in terms of the teams. Don King, Neil Smith out there. Longstaff going for it, but Ward blocks it. Ward gets it through, but it's all the way through to Joe Gaylard by the man who opened the goal scoring, Dave Godwin. And Ryan Ford, who set up the second for Longstaff, plays it across the deck to Neil Smith. Sidesteps his man, it's still Neil Smith. Blocked from Dan Wilcox. It's going to fall to Ben Pask under a lot of pressure. He's floored Dave Godwin. We're going to play on. Ball played off the backboard, but Wilcox up and unders it. All the way through to Joe Gaylard, and it's now with Ryan Ford on halfway. Sidesteps his man, goes for a strike. Good hands down Wilcox. He's had an exceptional first 11 minutes, despite the fact he's been beaten twice. Up and under from Mayo into the hands of Gaylard. And that's all the colours can muster at a minute. A lot of open space out there. Smith down the line. Through to Godwin, back to his father. Mayo can hook it clear. Touchdown by Ben Pask. He's got Ward on the overlap. Cuts inside. Smith though should clean up and does. Cross to Godwin, back to Gaylard, and he tries to find Godwin Jr. through to Ryan Ford. He's missed an absolute sitter. Clark goes for a ball forward. Gaylard leaps off his line. It's comfortable. Down the line from Longstaff to Godwin Jr. Now Robbie Clark plays a no-look pass. Beautiful from Mayo back towards Clark, and Gaylard gets there pretty quickly and bowls it clear to Longstaff, who can bring it forward in a counter-attack. Ball through to Godwin Jr. Wilcox clears it off Neil Smith, and it's going to fall through to Robbie Clark. Is it? No, Joe Gaylard again. Exceptional goalkeeping from both keepers at a minute. Ball forward from Smith. Wilcox came and put Longstaff off, who's going to get there in the corner under no pressure as yet. Gadsden goes over to him. Ball into the box. Good clearance, Tony Mayo. Robbie Clark now can pick it up, and the colours can spring out a little bit. Clark finds a bit of space, goes for a strike. It's low. Paul's Gaylard all sorts of trouble. I think, to be fair to him, Joe did get a hand to it. Ward looking to clean up. Sidesteps Longstaff spectacularly. Well done by Ward. Continues his run, but then cut out. It's now Godwin. Good recovery from Jamie Ward. Longstaff still scrapping for it, but it's going to fall through to Wilcox. His ball forward is poor. It's put Gadsden under all sorts of bother, with Ford sniffing around like some sort of rat. To Neil Smith. Smith goes for an up and under towards Longstaff. Now finds himself on the right hand side to Godwin Jr. Tony Mayo, what a ball that is. Clark, first touch slightly poor, forced in behind enemy lines, and the switch to Mayo should bounce off the boardings and give him a shock getting there, but Scott Godwin doing exceptionally well to hold him off. But Mayo's done great. Ball across face of goal, no one gambling, and Ryan Ford can clear that pretty much virtuous ease. Longstaff goes back to Scott Godwin, on to Neil Smith, who brings it up over the halfway line. Neil Smith gets it to Ryan Ford, ball into the box. Longstaff gets there after flies over Tony Mayo. Quarter of an hour gone here at Bentham Courts. Good header out by Gadsden, and it's now Jamie Ward who's pivot on the ball, and it's back to Dan Wilcox. The colours just need to keep doing what they're doing. They're finding their feet in the game. And it's now Robbie Clark up against Ryan Ford. He's done terrifically well. The ball is through Longstaff all the way through to Mayo. Tony Mayo's had a great influence on the game so far. His ball into the box though is off the backboard, and then Joe Gaylard can chew it up. Gaylard goes for a throw. Longstaff's in behind, flicks it over the keeper. It's going to hit the light. Neil Smith scrapping for it, as is Wilcox. Gets a hand to it, and it's now Robbie Clark. Great keeping again from Wilcox. And Clark just cuts inside against Neil, who said a naughty word there. I'm not going to repeat what he said. Family programming is the Ageas League, even though I did swear earlier, so it's quite hypocritical for me to say it. It's now Ford. Through pass to Longstaff's a good one. Longstaff with the strike. It's going to come back in to Wilcox, who's got options forward. The throw though is gobbled up by Dave Godwin. Ward goes for a strike, just wide. Ben Pask arriving through Neil Smith. It's going to come to Robbie Clark under no pressure at all. Clark, Wilcox misses it completely. Ward off the ceiling, and it's going to be collected by Gaylard, who bowls it to Godwin, tries to go through Wilcox, who's now out of goal. And Tony Mayo has rolled underneath his feet there. And he has to play it down the line to Ben Pask. Colours now looking to spring an attack, 2 goals down here. And it's Jamie Ward off the backboard, and Ryan Ford gets there ahead of Ben Pask. And Robbie Clark's going to have to clean up. He's done a poor job of it though. Scott Godwin plays it inside. Gadsden should clear, does exceptionally well. It's now down Wilcox, plays it through to Pask, behind him slightly, goes all the way through to Jamie Ward, not all over for the colours. Ward to Ben Pask with a strike, it's wide, it's going to fall. Jack Gadsden sidesteps, goes for it, it's off the ceiling and off the bar, and it's in the end falling into the hands of Joe Gaylard. But what a chance for the colours, and if they can grind chances like that out, they can score. Joe Gaylard is beatable. Ryan Ford, that's a good ball from him. Down the line to Neil Smith, who's got no pressure on him. He's allowed to sidestep through Gadsden. Neil Smith does exceptionally well. Robbie Clark with a cover, and it's going to be swept up by Tony Mayo. Rob Clark got a ball at his feet. 2 Whites there, and he just ran into him. Ward ushers the ball back through to the keeper, who's taking it a bit too quickly for me. And it's a cross-face goal. It's suicide from Jamie Ward, and luckily Scott Godwin couldn't make much of it. Kick from Mayo, who's going to stay in play over on the far side. No, in fact, it's going to go out for a throw-in right next to the Bergstar sign. Bergstar, the soon-to-be official sponsors of 7 Sport and also the Ageas League. As we tick over to 18 minutes in play. 2 goals for the Whites early on. 1 from Dave Godwin, 1 from Jordan Longstaff. See the Whites lead by 2-0. Gaylard goes for a ball forward. Longstaff with the header. It's going to go all the way through to Tony Mayo. He goes for the long ball forward. Longstaff lets it run, as does Ford, all the way through to Gaylard. The Whites just trying to see the game out slightly. Wilcox battling through, all the way through, off the ceiling. Is it going to fall? Clark trying to get there against Ryan Ford. Pask with the shot off the ceiling, and Gaylard gets there ahead of Dan Wilcox, and there's acres of space for Dave Godwin. Look at the stamina and the ability of Dan Wilcox to get back there. Pass from Dave Godwin's ball for his son Scott, and it's forced him all the way back into his own corner. Square to Neil Smith, who lets it run for Gaylard. Has to get a shift on, and here he comes, bringing up the left hand side, goes for a beautiful switch. Met by Dan Wilcox's knee. Jamie Ward trying to get there before the keeper can get back. Good closing from Neil Smith. Ball from Jamie Ward's not the best, but it's going to come back in to Robbie Clark. Colours probably wanted the corner in that situation, especially when the pass is poor, and Neil Smith can bring it clear. Ward though recovering. Wilcox now. Back to Ward. Ball down the line in search of Clark. Is going to stay in for him. That's now Wilcox again. Runs into traffic and is forced all the way back. Good turn though from him. Wilcox goes for it. It's off the backboard and still hanging around. Neil Smith leaves it. Ben with the strike. And I tell you what, it's another good save by Joe Gaylard to divert that to the side. And it fell luckily for him. Godwin has to poke it all the way back to the keeper. Catches it and rolls it inside split second. And then the Whites are on the attack, but Jamie Ward does extremely well when he tries to bring it clear. Wilcox scrapping for it too. Ward and Wilcox up and under off the ceiling. It's going to have to be dealt with, and Godwin's able to take it down under no serious threat. And he spreads it to Godwin Senior. Tries to find Ford, but it's behind him. Robbie Clark giving chase. Does extremely well this forward across face of goals for Dave Godwin. He's going to leave it for Longstaff with his right foot. And it's hooked clear by Wilcox, who seems to be everywhere for the colours in these first 20 minutes. The Whites lead by 2-0. Neil Smith gives it straight. But Robbie Clark has scuffed it. It's low. It's drilled. And Longstaff puts out of play for a throw-in. But the colours are creating chances. They have done throughout the first 20 minutes or so. She's been unlucky with a couple of them. Smith finds Scott Godwin. And then inside, 3 balls cut out by Wilcox. That's out of play for throw-in. Still 2-0 to the Whites. Ryan Ford picks the ball up. Cross. Between Smith and Longstaff really in the end. Smith does exceptionally well against Wilcox to keep the ball for the Whites. It's now with Longstaff to Ford. He should come square. Sidesteps Ben Pask and plays it lovely to Godwin. Thought about cutting in, ball in. It's over Neil Smith though. Wilcox does well, but Smith should get there, pokes it across face to goal, and Godwin, and he's in the yellow, disallowed goal. Still 2-0. Controversy here at the Ageas League. I would be honest, no one's told him that. So, again, I think it falls to the fault of Neil Smith, Jordan Longstaff, the 2 organisers. Wilcox still going. Almost trying a bit too hard there. Gaylard consummate ease does he collect it. Robbie Clark should clear. And he can bring up on halfway. Nice little trick from him and the ball into the box. Trying to find some attacking threat. And it's now Neil Smith. The game's so open. How it's only 2-0 is beyond me. Godwin finds Longstaff back to Godwin. Longstaff goes in, it's going to fall. Scott Godwin is free. Father to son. And the Whites lead by 3-0. It's a long way back for the colours. There's Robbie Clark, the Ageas League top goal scorer. Only won 1 game so far though. Ward to Wilcox. Bowled out to Ward. Clark. And Longstaff clears. Wilcox plays the ball into the box. Gaylard flaps with it slightly. Right. Neil Smith. Plays the ball through to Ryan Ford. Goes for it. Mayo saves. Ford trying to get a second chance at it. It's fallen to Smith. No, it hasn't. And can the colours score? Ball forward from Ward. Gaylard does exceptionally well to get there ahead of Robbie Clark, and it's now Dave Godwin. And now it's Neil Smith. On to Godwin Senior. Into, what a save, Tony Mayo. I think that was off his face there. Instinctive reactions. Ford drills it back. Wilcox nips in. And now it's Jamie Ward, goes for it. Going to stay in. Clark. He has to go all the way back to Ben Pask. Ball forward towards Clark, cut out by Dave Godwin. Now Scott Godwin. Ford gets there ahead of Ben Pask. But it's allowed Dan Wilcox again. Good save, Joe. Wilcox again. Beautiful. Dan Wilcox, man who had an absolute stormer on his first game in the Ageas League, has opened the account of the colours here today. And it's a pretty impressive goal as well. Shot was saved initially, but a looping header gets the colours back into the game. Ward to Wilcox, trips on the ball, but he's done exceptionally well. Still Wilcox through to Robbie Clark, and he scuffed it, and he knows that's a big opportunity for the colours. Pass gets it to Wilcox, flicks it through to Robbie Clark, thought about hitting it first time. Instead drills it to Wilcox. And now it's Jamie Ward. Goes for a ball forward, it's over Godwin. Clark, he's got no one in the box though. Pass arriving, but it's poked clear. Ryan Ford cuts it back to Dave Godwin, and here come the Whites once more. Out to Longstaff on the far side. Wilcox gets there. Look at the agility of the man and the physical specimen that he is, Dan Wilcox. Godwin sidesteps, he's in. It's Dave Godwin, he's missed. It's going to fall to Ryan Ford. It's in. 4-1. The Colours lead. Updating my book, and it's man, I've missed an attack in there. But it's Robbie Clark with a strike, and that's just wide. Went for the far corner pretty quickly, and Neil Smith and Ageas, if Joe Gaillard plays to him, he doesn't. Instead it's Dave Godwin down the line to Scott Godwin. And the Whites just controlling the game, dictating the tempo. Now Ryan Ford. It's now Longstaff back to Godwin Jr. Across the face, Neil Smith finds his way on the right wing. Through towards Longstaff, patted down by Mayo, and he leaps on the ball as we tick towards half an hour into the game. Off the backboard, and Godwin goes across to Smith inside to Ford. Down the line. And it's now Longstaff into Godwin. What a save that is. Wilcox tries to find Ward, but it's cut out by Ryan Ford. To Neil Smith with the strike. Mayo catches it in the end. Ford cuts it out. Wilcox to pass, good touch, but beaten to it. It's now Dave Godwin. Ball into the box. Smith with the strike. Just not gelling altogether for the colours out there. It's 4-1 to the Whites. Ball down the line. And Scott Godwin's going to match Ben for pace. Wilcox trying his hardest to get it clear. Runs into traffic, but he doesn't give it up. That's fantastic play. Fantastic. Longstaff hooks it. It's off the ceiling. Gaillard has to react. And he bowls it clear. To Ford. Ball into the box. Longstaff trying to get ahead of Wilcox. Wilcox pokes it up into the air, takes it down, and he goes home to Tony Mayo. Ball forward. Ford heads it down to Godwin. Longstaff goes for a 1-2. Godwin trying to get there. Mayo scrapping for it. Wilcox plays off the backboarding. Still hooked around. Robbie Clark can bring it clear. 3 against 2 in the White favour. Clark trips on the ball. Neil Smith ushering him out wide, but Clark does exceptionally well. He's got to switch on right in front of us to Wilcox. Beautiful first touch over Godwin. Ford's going to nip in. His touch isn't the best, but he's going to get it clear. Half hour played. Whites lead by 4-1. Godwin to Longstaff, back to Neil Smith. Ball into the box, straight to Tony Mayo, who takes it fairly comfortably, bowls it out to Wilcox, plays it down the line, should be cleared, showing as far as Jamie Ward, but Dave Godwin marches through. Godwin through to Ryan Ford, great challenge Robbie Clark. His clearance seems far as Scott Godwin, fought about the strike. It's now with Longstaff to Ryan Ford, goes for a ball to the back post to Dave Godwin with the header off the side panel. Godwin again, still not going to fall for the Whites there. Pask recovering, plays down the line, and he goes up against Ryan Ford. He should clear. Back to Neil Smith. It's now Godwin. Clark with the strike. What a save, Joe Gaylord again. To turn that wide for a corner. Gaylord producing the goods. It's going to be a corner taken by Ward to Pask. Colours go short. Almost overplaying it, but Ward still has the ball. No real movement in the box for him though. Neil Smith trying to get there. It's going to come to Gadsden, who's in the area. Neil Smith on the far right. To Godwin. Clark is asking a lot of himself. It's now with Pask looking for any movement ahead of him. He gets it through to Ward. On to Wilcox, who loses out. It's now back to Neil Smith. Just pokes the ball through to Ryan Ford. Immediately Smith follows the pass. It's Ford, cuts it back to Neil Smith. It's wide, it's a great move from the Whites, but Neil Smith can't finish. Robbie Clark with an effort though. Saved by Gaylord and it's bowled to Godwin. Pass there, he goes for a strike, off the backboard, off the post. That's going to be hook clear, and as far as Wilcox, he goes for a strike, off the backboard, and again. The colours seem to just be shooting on sight really. Gadsden to Ward, beautiful ball to Pask, takes it down beautifully, leaves it for Wilcox, it's played off Jordan Longstaff, out of play for throw-in for the colours. What can the colours do from throw-in? Wilcox jumps back into play. Pask to Ward, challenge comes in from Godwin. Smith just riskily plays it back there. Manny gets stick just for being there more than anything else. Plays a horrendous ball. They got lucky with it. We've seen an own goal. So at that end, that's similar skill level from Neil Smith. As he brings the ball forward, back to Godwin now. On to Godwin Jr. Wilcox, as ever, gives chase. Wilcox does exceptionally well. Ball in, it's over Gaylord, but no one at the back post. It's going to get cleared by Longstaff. Inside to Godwin. Forward to Godwin Jr. onto Longstaff, scoops it forward to Godwin Jr. Ball into the box off Robbie Clark, who can only run into Neil Smith, and he's put it in. And the White score again. Lead by 5-1. And Ben Pass looking to get the colours going once more. Passes through to Gadstone, runs into trouble though. And Neil Smith can bring it clear. Still going through to Ryan Ford. White's taking a touch there, he should have just shot. Ford still out to Smith. Still Neil Smith. They're trying too hard, those two average players with no football in mind set there. As Dave Godwin brings it clear through to Ryan Ford, allowed to turn. Ford sidesteps, it's Ryan Ford. Great save, Tony Mayo, and hook clear. Robbie Clark, what can he do? Clark down the line to Gadsden. Ball into the box, Ben Pass can shoulder it forward. So an awkward height for him. Closing, Godwin is the big man. And Godwin can bring it clear to Ford. Godwin Jr. and Senior getting each other's way, and it allows Ward to get it to Wilcox. First time ball towards the pass, Ford nips in. So now Dave Godwin goes to the upper end towards Neil Smith, but Tony Mayer gets there. Robbie Clark inside to pass, sharp turn from him. Pass, who's on 8 goals in the Ageas League. Pass now, flicks it, tries to go through Smith. Clark does really well and keeps going, overruns it slightly, but gets it nearly back from Gadsden, who's still going himself. Off Ryan Ford, falls to Wilcox with the strike. It's just wide. Robbie Clark applauds the effort. It's better from the colours. They trail by 5-1. Neil Smith over on the far side. His pass is horrendous. Ben Pass is going to get in. He's got Ward with him. Pass 3 against 2. He's going to put it back for Robbie Clark. Thought about striking it, he didn't. Neil Smith can bring it clear. Godwin with the ball. Neil Smith takes a touch. Neil Smith buries it. Disgruntled man, annoyed. Ward to Gadsden. Down the line to Clark. Neil Smith nips in though. It's becoming all so easy for the Whites. They are a man up as well. Shot comes in. Mayo, good save. Ben Pask to Gadsden. Down the line from Godwin to Godwin with water in hand. Cleared by Wilcox. Only as far as Longstaff, he picks it up. And it's now Dave Godwin. And it's going to be kept out majestically by Tony Mayo. And Jamie Ward can run it clear. That's Ward, he's got options. He goes for the shot straight to Joe Gaylard. He bowls it out. Neil Smith forward to Dave Godwin. Pulls it back to Jordan Longstaff. Football forward. It's cut out by Tony Mayo. And Rob Clark plays off the backboarding. Robbie Clark back against Neil Smith. Gets through and Robbie Clark. Good goalkeeping, Joe Gaylard once more. Clark manages to get it to pass inside. And Godwin. Ball through. But Clark next in, he's got man on. No one told him. And it's going to go all the way through to Joe Gaylord. Robbie Clark cutting a really frustrated figure. Feels isolated, I imagine, out there. Line forward, tries to dance through him. Line forward still. And still. Good save, Tony Mayo, and hook clear. What it should be by Clark. And as far as Neil Smith. Pokes it down the line to Longstaff, to Dave Godwin looking for the overlap run again. And Neil Smith tries to get through to Godwin. It's a beautiful ball. It's off the roof. And Clark plays it out to Wilcox. Gone a bit quiet in the game. He's hooked it forward. Touch from Longstaff's paw. Pass still scrapping. And Longstaff plays it off the backboarding. And Godwin can bring it clear. Pass gets it back to Clark. It's beautiful from the big man. And Ward got to come quicker. Instead he hits it pretty hard towards Wilcox. And Gaylord just swoops in. He's done exceptionally well out there as Gaylord in goal. Godwin with a strike off the backboarding. Falls to Longstaff. Plays it across towards Ryan Ford. Ward will nip in though. That's now Robbie Clark. Can bring it forward. Ward back to him. Clark sidesteps, does exceptionally well. Ball into the box is good. Wilcox diverts a header towards goal. Clark with the beautiful ball in. Gaylord caught it fairly easily. And the ball's poked all the way forward to Dave Godwin now. Ball into the box towards his son Scott, but Mayo intercepts. Smart turn by Wilcox on halfway. Wilcox to Clark taking over. Goes for a shot, it's going to go wide. Longstaff sees it back to his keeper. Smart defending. That's played quickly from Gaylord to Godwin Jr. Wilcox ends up on the floor and is now Godwin Senior. On the overlap is Ryan Ford. Poked forward towards Godwin Jr. That's going to find its way into the hands of Tony Mayo. And Jamie Ward can bring it clear for the colours. Oh, crossface a goal. And the ball ended up nearly hitting me. Dodgy camel work, so I try and get something out of my bag. Wilcox scrapping, it's not going to end up in. Off Gaylord's back. And it's all the way through to Dave Godwin at the other end. What a save that is. Mark that down as a pretty majestic save from Tony Mayo. Mayo plays it forward. And Gaylord bowls it clear. Godwin with the up and under. Clark wins the header. And a bit of head tennis and shoes. Smith goes for the up and under. Mayo catches it and rolls it to Wilcox. Glide down the wing with Wilcox, keeps going. And he leaves it for himself. Wilcox, good save by Jay Gaylord again. And it's Ryan Ford who can bring it clear. It's 3 against 1 in the Whites' favour. It's Longstaff to Godwin. It's off the roof and hook clear by Wilcox all the way through to Joe Gaillard in goal. Back, I dropped my pen, so I had to stop recording to be able to get it. Neil Smith's now on the coloured side, and Ben Pascoe's fallen over. It's still 6-1 to the Whites. As I said, Neil Smith changed shirt. He's now on the coloured side. Just is going to screw everything up in terms of who scores what or whatever. I'm just assuming Neil Smith's going to score for the colours. You never know what's going to happen with Neil Smith. But anything he does will get contributed into his overall match rating and overall performance, that's for sure. It's Joe Gaillard on the ball. Through via Godwin to Longstaff with a strike off the backboarding. And Mayo will nip in. Ben Pascoe up against Godwin Senior. And it's now Robbie Clark. Down the line majestically before a good challenge comes in from Godwin. Ryan Ford brings it clear. He's got a ball inside to Godwin, he finds it. Now Longstaff pats it back to Ford. Down the line. And he gets it back from Longstaff, back to him. Back to Ryan Ford with a shot, he's blocked. Scott Godwin going for it. Cuts it back and Neil Smith. Here he comes. Through to Robbie Clark, the Monmouth boys doing bits. The pass back from Clark goes poor. Ford. Inside to Longstaff. And Wilcox will get there. Wilcox brings it clear, glides past Ryan Ford, leaves him in his dust. Wilcox to Pascoe with the strike off the crossbar. Wilcox with a strike wide and still scrapping his Wilcox. But Gaillard will get there and he'll bowl it out pretty quickly. Longstaff isolated up there. Ward to Pascoe, back to Ward. Good play from the colours here as it's now with Wilcox. Neil Smith acting as a sweeper for them in their own half, allows the more creative players to try to make something happen. It's freezing in here, I think a head cold's coming. I can feel it in my bones. Gaillard goes for it. Ford ends up on the floor, Wilcox knocks it back to his keeper. And Tony Mayo can get it to Smith. Down the line to pass. Shot comes in, wide, and off the backboarding. Still 6-1 to the Whites. So they play it around the back. It's with Ryan Ford. What's he going to do? Don't even think he knows. He never knows. Godwin Senior off the backboard and Mayo got a touch on it. Smith cleans up and it's bowled out to Wilcox. Glides past Longstaff looking for options. He's going to have to go back, I believe. Ford doing an exceptional job and Smith takes over. Neil Smith goes for it. I don't think Gaillard would have lived it down if it went through him. Pass back heels to Longstaff. Back to Godwin, loops it forward towards Longstaff. Ward will chase him. White's a bit slow to support. That's now Dave Godwin who can bring it forward. In fact, he'll go back to his keeper, Joe Gaillard, who immediately goes for a switch to Longstaff, and it's beautiful. Longstaff just tried a bit too hard with that touch. It's now with Wilcox. Wilcox through to Clark, who potentially could have left it for Pascoe, he would have been in. Wilcox will try and get it to Pascoe again, but it's poor. Godwin can head it up and Gaillard comes and Just sweeps it up. You know, I asked him today how he was. He looked a bit pale. Looking after him, make sure he had his lunch. When he had his lunch, he had a bit of colour about him. He's back to his old fruitful self. I shouldn't say old, it would be disrespectful to him. Middle-aged fruitful self. That's played all the way back to him by Godwin. And the White's doing exceptionally well just to keep possession. Tire the colours out. My stomach just rumbled. I'm a bit hungry. Might have some shreddies when I get home as a snack ahead of my dinner later. Bentham cuts back. He's got Neil Smith on the overlap. He's got Wilcox in the box. It's now Smith back to pass. It's beautiful. Just not going to fall for him. Wilcox coming in as well. Two players going for it. It's falling through off the post. Neil Smith. He's hit the post at both ends for the two sides he's represented. Damon Hyatt would have scored it, that's for sure. The king, Damon Hyatt. Long live the king. Ball just went to sit down for either side there. And it's unleashed Ben Pascal on the far side against Ryan Ford. Ford leaning all over the big man, who has to go back to Ward. Beautiful ball to Robbie Clark. His first touch is okay. Probably wanted it a bit better than that with the ball forward towards Smith. A good one, he goes for a back heel. Gaylard chatting shit to him. Boy, tell him how average he is. That's spread to Longstaff. Ward tackles him though. I can bring it clear. It's actually so cold in here, I can see my breath as I'm talking. Horrendous. These Arctic conditions here. I'm commentating in today. Robbie Clark thought about going for it, he's set him inside. Clark with a strike, nothing. Joe Gaylard could do about that one. That's sailed in, and Robbie Clark adds a bit more to the scoreline. Jamie Ward's ball across the assist. Godwin and Godwin against Clark, but Clark doing exceptionally well, cuts inside against Longstaff, and Clark will keep going, go for it. Took it early. Gaylard, good save in the end, to be honest. Longstaff plays it down the line. It's now Scott Godwin hits it off Jamie Ward. It's fallen to Rob Clark. His first touch is 4, and his second touch is to block that from Longstaff, and that hurt him. Robbie Clark is a small man, and that's hurt him. Look at his face. He's in pain.
You don't really think I'm going to give it to you, do you?
He's taken one for the team there, right in the spine. He is a tiny man. He is still feeling the effects of it, to be fair. Ryan Ford tries to overplay it in his own area and nearly gets caught out. The Whites lead by 6 goals to 2 out there. That's now Dave Godwin, deep in the corner. Has to go all the way back down the line to Ford. Thinks about it, still thinking about it, thinking a bit too much about it, and that's dangerous for him. It's going to come all the way back to Gaylard in the goal for the Whites. His kick hits Jamie Ward, and someone needs to leap on that for the colours. Pass gets it to Wilcox. He's going to go for a switch to Clark. First touch a little bit heavier than he would have wanted there. His ball down the line is even poorer. Smith though nips in. Neil Smith lays it to Ben Pass. What a save that is! My God, Wilcox with the strike is hitting Neil Smith. He's wearing a coloured shirt now, so it's not a good block. Pass with a ball in. Gaylard, all beaten by the light. Still not cleared. Smith scrapping for it right forward. Ward gets a foot in. Wilcox through to Robbie Clark. He scuffed it, and he knows that's a big, big chance. That could have been 6-3 and the game truly on. Still could be. Clark goes for it across face to goal, and Wilcox is going to have to retrieve it. But what a save by Joe Gaylard moments ago. Wilcox still scrapping. Gaillard does exceptionally well once more. And Longstaff just looking for respite down the line to Dave Godwin. He'll give chase against Jamie Ward. Ward doing exceptionally well. It's come through to Longstaff, back to Godwin. Cross face towards Ryan Ford, straight at Tony Mayo. And he's going to look for the out ball. Ben pass, touch is majestic. Can he get there? Now Longstaff. Ford about the switch. Instead plays the 1-2 with Dave Godwin. Longstaff doing exceptionally well. Jamie Ward nips in. Ford does likewise. Falls to Robbie Clark. Colours just a bit slow to get forward this time. Robbie Clark trying to up the tempo. He's got a ball deep in that corner off the block. Beautiful from Clark. Drills it, blocked from Longstaff. It's going to stay out there. He's got Ward short to him. Goes for it. Longstaff blocks it. Longstaff and Godwin get each other's way. Here a push by Ward. It's now Robbie Clark to Ward. Floats it in there. Touchdown from Wilcox. Strike blocked by Ford. Robbie Clark with a strike. Hits Scott Godwin and Longstaff up and unders it. And it's going to go out of play frustratingly for a goal kick. Colours trail by 6 goals to 2. Robbie Clark has been through the motions this evening. That's gross. And that has been caught on camera there, Robbie, and you've just done that. That's gross. And you've just dared to wink. Gross. Rob Clark goes for a switch. Over Neil Smith. As my fingertips freeze to death. But still Neil Smith. Oh, what a goal! Ugh. What an actual goal. Robbie, can you believe that goal there? And 2 of the colours are off the pitch, getting a drink of water. It's like Longstaff to have a strike. It's hit the back of Neil Smith. But Neil Smith scoring goals at both ends. Wilcox scrapping for it, and still out to Robbie Clark. Cuts inside. Now superstar Neil Smith. To Ward. Pass touch slightly over, pass still going. What a save. Smith goes for it again, and it's over. 6-3 to the Whites. And the colours playing exceptionally well. Ball from Gaillard and musical statues at the back from Neil Smith there. Good recovery. And it's now passed. Oh, Ford does exceptionally well. And Smith trying to get the header. Longstaff, but he's not going to. It's Dave Godwin. This could seal it. Longstaff stems the flow with the ball to Godwin. Puts it beyond Tony Mayo, who had no chance with that one really. 7-3. That's now Dan Wilcox. To Robbie Clark. Through to Wilcox, goes to it off the backboard, and Wilcox still scrapping. It's going to fall to Gaillard, who slides in. Beautifully bowls it down the line to Ryan Ford as fireworks begin on this weekend between Halloween and Bonfire Night. Ben pass, what a touch that was, but he just rolled it straight into Godwin. Longstaff finds Ford. Ford with a strike, saved by Mayo, and I'm glad that Ryan Ford's missed that. He scored one, that's already enough. Wilcox cuts, he's got Neil Smith on this near side, and he gets it to Smith. Can bring it forward. Chips it in towards Wilcox with the header. What a ball, Neil Smith. And Wilcox, what a header. What an absolutely superb ball and goal, to be honest. Longstaff goes for it. That's over. Robbie Clark. Plays the ball in. Smith goes for the header. Exceptional from Neil Smith. But Godwin brings it clear. Wilcox still going. I think he's given a free kick. He's openly said that's a foul. 7 o'clock. Could be in the burning embers of the game. 7-4. The Whites lead. Longstaff plays it in. Wilcox chests it down. Longstaff heads it back, but Wilcox still going. What an animal. Oh, that's nearly a beautiful goal. Ben forced into the corner. Scrapping for it. It's now Robbie Clark. Hooks clear. And as far as Ward. All the Whites, everyone in the one half. Wilcox is off Godwin's back. That's going to sting in the cold. Godwin goes blind. Neil Smith nearly getting in. And the ball forward towards Ryan Ford. Mayo comes out to hook it clear ahead of him. Ben Pass gets there and plays it down the line to Clark. Beautiful flick. But Godwin alert. Liverpool versus Liverpool. Arsenal versus Tottenham there, ahead of the North London derby this weekend. Ward nips in. Jamie Ward sidesteps. Ward lays it to Robbie Clark with a strike. What a goal. Seven 5 to the Whites. It's just come up to 7:05. I imagine about 5 more minutes left. Longstaff down the line. Godwin. Clark flicks it towards his own box. It's touched by Wilcox. Godwin with the strike. Over. 7-5. What a game. Some superstars out there today. But no Damon Hyatt, the king. Any Damon Hyatt-less game. It's a poo one, really. It's like a boxing match about Donald King. So, like card games without Trump. Poor. At the moment, it is the Whites who are trumping the colours. That's a poor ball from Ward. This means Wilcox has to go back, and is it going to fall for Neil Smith? Neil Smith, Robbie Clark. That's wide. Stayed in. Still 7-5. Longstaff put his body on the line there. His greasy, Vaseline nipples would have slid across that surface in his tight England shirt. That's Robbie Clark, does exceptionally well. Clark just drills it. Good save, Gaylard. Just stands up, beats it out. Corner ball. Ward. Over the corner. Needs a bit of movement. Smith trying to deliver it. Ward floats it to the back. Wilcox volleys. Smith's got to keep it alive. It's not going to fall back in. It's out of play for a goal kick. Time running out for the colours to find a couple of goals to somehow get an unlikely point, an unlikely draw. Ford floats it towards Scott Godwin. Touch from Robbie Clark. He's got options. Goes through Longstaff. Godwin, Dave gets the ball through. The Whites is at the right end of the field for the Whites. But the colours keep coming. Neil Smith and Dan Wilcox is playing into trouble there. Wilcox wasn't looking. Smith just played it blind. Wilcox brings it away. Cuts inside. He's got Robbie Clark to the outside of him and lays it to him. Robbie Clark looking for Smith in there. Through to Wilcox on his left foot. Right-footed man trying to work it through. Clark sidesteps. Robbie Clark with a strike. Good save. Joe Gaillard once more. Ryan Ford just plays it clear. Smart defending from the Northern man. Going to be ushered into the corner by Ward. Floats it to Ben Pask. Loses out to Ryan Ford and Ward nips in. We play on. Wilcox pulling to the back post. Ball through to him. Wilcox just bounced up to his chest. Wilcox is safe. He's going to fall. Rob Clark under loads of time, loads of pressure. Great save by Gaillard. Smith drills it back in. Hook clear. All the way through. Over the crossbar. And Longstaff bought his side some time with that clearance. Still 7-5 to the Whites. It didn't look like it was going to be that way until Neil Smith changed sides. It was 6-1, 7-3, and now ultimately 7-5. Wilcox still going, puts his head down. Wilcox off the backboard, and Wilcox again wide. It was asking just to be hit with his left foot, I think there. He's gone for the outside of the right. He's knocked it wide of Joe Gaillard's goal, but look at him. Speedy to get it through. 7-5 to the Whites. I think that's time.